All right, well, joining me now is a very special guest here on Credlin. He's known as Mr Brexit, the chief raconteur, disruptor and former leader of the Brexit Party. Of course, I could only be talking about one man, Nigel Farage, who's on his way down under. Yes, a special live tour next month, and his message could not be more pertinent. The history and identity of the West is under threat from enemies abroad and here at home. It's time to stand and fight. Indeed. Joining me now live from London is Nigel Farage. Nigel, welcome. Thank you very much for your time.
Well, thank you very much for that very kind introduction.
I must begin our talk, though, by getting a special report from you on how dinner went the other night with Peter Credlin in London.
It was terrific. She was on absolutely great form, as you would expect. But it's really interesting when you talk about the problems in Australia, the problems in the UK, New Zealand, Canada, America. You realise that what's happening over and over is we're getting people who become party leaders, who become prime ministers, who pretend that they are going to be conservative, pretend they're going to stand up for the nation, pretend they're going to fight the globalists, and actually they all govern as social democrats or almost socialists. So we were talking about those comparisons, Scott Morrison perhaps being a very good example, and Boris Johnson in some ways an even better example. So we've got this real disconnect going on that we know where the left are going. I mean, they're going mad. They want to destroy everything about our history, our identity, our culture, the value of the family. They sort of think that it's absolutely fine that somebody who's 6'3", has gone through puberty as a male, now becomes a female swimmer. We know where the left are. But why are our educational institutions, why are we giving in to this sort of woke nonsense that wants to destroy us? Well, frankly, I point the finger of blame at conservative leaders because they pretend at election time. They pretend to be conservative and they govern on the left. So really, what I'm coming to say is this. We had a British Conservative Party that was all at sea, lost. I came along and posed the biggest threat to them they've had in their 200-year history. And you know what? They learned the lesson. They went to the country in 2019 on my agenda and they won an 80-seat majority. So when Conservative parties actually are conservative, they win elections. All you've then got to do is make them govern that way once they're in power. And, unless ordinary people stand up and fight, we are going to lose everything our forebears built and defended.
These are crucial warnings.